Hi, Carol here. Welcome to my craft room. Well, can you believe it? A 10-minute Christmas card. Here we go. I took out my Sizzix die, and it's 1 inch, and you get a 1.5 inch, a 2 inch, and a 2.5 inch cut. Place them between two cutting pads, and we begin. We're going to use the 2.5 inch circle on a piece of heavy, flat gold piece of cardstock. And I'm going to put it inside any type of embossing folder you want. And I want a hefty impression, so I put 140-pound cardstock of white underneath so that when I push it through, it'll indent it really well. And as you can see, when you lift this out of your embossing folder, you'll have a great indentation on the top portion that you use. I want it to look like it just flows. See how it follows the pattern from one side to the other side right there. And now the card begins. So we're going to place that down, and I'm going to decide, okay, this wreath is going to have a white piece that is 1.5 inches and this little 1/2 inch in the circle of gold, and I'll show you why in just a minute. I decided to take my card piece once again, 5.5 by 4.25, score it right there. It's 11 inches long, score it in half at the 5.5. Take your Teflon bone folder, make a nice crisp edge on it, and now I want to have an indentation 1 inch apart to put my sentiment. See how it just stands out there like an emboss? And then we're going to put the piece that we did emboss, we're going to cut it out on either side. So now I want to take my micro beads. Oh yes, micro beads. Bright red Christmas beads. It's going to look awesome. Now, isn't that piece beautiful? You're going to take your card though, and we're going to put from the embossed piece, we're going to cut out a portion on the bottom of that inch so that it's raised just a little bit below the sentiment and where we scored that beautiful 1 inch line on the top and the bottom. It's a nice deep score. So I'm taking off my sequin tape. We're going to put that little piece down, just clean and simple. Yes. And we're going to, I thought of this card today and I thought I have to try this. You only need micro beads and 2 other different style of beads that you have in your stash. So let's take off the double-sided tape, put on our embossed piece on the top and the bottom. This is the top. And look at, we're almost there. So you want to take out your Versamark ink and your sentiment. I decided to go with Merry Christmas right there in the center. Put it down, and I grabbed my Hero Arts Ultra Fine Mirrored Gold embossing powder. It looks so pretty when you heat set this. I just took a little bit of the powder that was around there and quickly go over it with my heat tool, and look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? And we're almost there. So here's our wreath. Let's get started on the wreath. It's going to be so pretty. Take this 1 inch piece and we're going to put some multi-glue. Yes, it was just a little bit stuck. I had to keep going because I wanted quite a bit of it. Took my finger, went around. All you want on this is for your beads to stick, because I'll show you in just a minute what you're going to do over top of it. So you want to start with the white beads. I chose white, any color you want. I put the little center 1 inch gold, and I held them in my hand because I could tell how high they were. I wanted them to have all the same height for when I put on my glue. So I'm just arranging the white beads there. You can see it right in my hand, probably not, but I'm trying to get it close enough so you can see that they're all level. That was the key for me, because you don't want some sticking up from the glue you're going to put down. And we are going to put on some Arlene's tacky glue that is just like, there they are right there. It's just like Glossy Accents, but like I always tell you, it is 1/3 of the price at Michael's with your coupon. And now we're going to get the micro beads and go crazy. Look at that. And because that centerpiece is that shiny gold, they just slide off. So I have them inside a coffee filter, and you want to just, I had a little piece of white there, yes. and you just want to put them on there so it's nice and even, and you cover your white cardstock. Isn't that gorgeous? And then the ones that didn't stick, I took my pokey tool and I just pushed them into the glue. So here's a fresh coffee. Oh yeah, just slap it down in there. So you just play with them there till the glue grabs hold of it. And there's my clear gel tacky glue from Arlene's. It's like the beacon glue, same thing, only different. Cost effective, looks identical to glossy accents. So here I am going to start. So there's the tacky glue, and this bottle cost me $3 with my coupon, and look at the size of it. Isn't it wonderful? Now the key to this, everybody, don't go close to that gold in the center, because as you know, when gravity hits, it's going to pull towards that gold piece. So let it settle once you get on here, and you can see I'm not to the edge at all. It looks like it's there, but I am not. I have pulled back a little bit, and then when it all comes out and all of that settles, I take my beacon glue in my detailed bottle and I put it in around the center there, because it is, I've given it enough time to dry, not fully, but enough that I can put this around the edge and it will pull back the tacky glue right here. See how much I'm putting? And this will grab all the micro beads. And I'm telling you, I did this card in 10 minutes. Now it took longer to dry, of course, but I transferred this piece right here into another coffee filter so that it didn't have glue all the way around it. And I'm just grabbing the odd little pieces there and adding a little bit more beacon out of the detailed glue. And in 10 minutes, I have a clean and simple card. Yay! Yes, clean and simple, 10 minutes, and you could mass produce this just so quickly. Yeah. So then I got excited here and I thought I'm going to add my red ones, my red beads. And I start adding them. Now these are more like the diamonds. They have the pointy bottom. So I put the pointed end down inside, and both my white beads and these red ones are odd numbers. So I go around and I situate them into the glue. You don't want them too close to the edge right now because you're going to push that glue forward, right? And look at there. Isn't this a gorgeous wreath? So now we're going to take that gorgeous little wreath and we're going to set the 2.5 inch right on the top here. Isn't it pretty? I really love the challenge of doing a card in 10 minutes. So I took the gold piece here and I put double-sided tape on the back, and I'm situating it perfectly so that the pattern runs identical from the white pattern that we embossed to the gold. And I just pat it down there. This flat gold is very pretty. There we go. And look at that. It runs together beautifully. And this is look at how pretty that is. This is the perfect card to mass produce like this. So I took my hot glue, I put it in the center, and I'm going to put my wreath down so that it will dry overnight. And I just took the back of my pokey tool carefully because it is flat gold and it indents really easy, as you can see. And there you have it, my friends. Thank you for your inspiration. Thank you for subscribing, and you have yourself a blessed, blessed week. There you go. Isn't it pretty? And in 10 minutes. Take care, everybody.